Starter opening day having a nice first and second quarter. Minshew to the end zone. It's caught. Chark for the touchdown. On 3rd and 10, Rivers pass a little wobbly. It's intercepted. Picked off by C.J. Henderson. The young man they took with the 9th overall pick.
Did you ever dream that it could be like this?
Man, I'm just super grateful. Like, my mindset today is just to play one play at a time. Got an offensive coordinator that's calling good plays, receivers that caught the ball, O-line that's giving me time, and a running game that really got us ahead of the chain. So, I'm just trying to do my job one play at a time, and I'm very, very grateful for the opportunity.
Welcome to your favorite Tennessee Titans podcast, Tennessee Titans Weekly. Jacques. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Boom. What's happening? What's good? Hello, folks. Hope everybody's doing well out there. The Tennessee Titans is 1-0.
1-0.
Back home to Nashville now against them Jacksonville Jaguars.
Right, them Jaguars, man. They not the Jag Kitties no more. They kind of earned the Jaguar back. So, hey, this is going to be a hell of a game, man. But like you said, we back in Nashville for our first home game. It's going to be a little weird because ain't no fans going to be there. But gradually, fans will get there. But, man, it's time to focus and buckle down. This is a conference. This is a AFC South divisional opponent that we can take advantage and we can do something we haven't done in a long time and become 2-0. It's a simple thing to do, but it's going to be hard. You know what I mean? So this is a game that's I think this is one of the most important games because you get an early lead in the division when all the other teams in the division are down 0-1, 1-1. Yeah. So that gives us a one-step leap, and, hey, we can start taking control and get this thing cracking, man. What you think?
Totally agree, sir. And ladies and gentlemen, do not sleep on the Jags. Now, honestly, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm going to be honest. Before the season started, I was like, Jacksonville has the worst team in the league. Them or the New York Jets, right? Trash. It's terrible, right? That's what I thought. And because you look at how many players they've lost everybody. Calais Campbell, Jalen Ramsey, now Leonard Fournette. I mean, the list, A.J. Boye, the list goes on and on and on and on and on. Right? Of all the players they've lost in the last 3 years since the last time they made it to the AFC Championship. And they had an unbelievable defense, the number 1 rated defense in the league. So when I looked at that, I was like, well, they've drafted a lot of players, especially young defensive players, right? Because I was like, this year there'll be a rebuild. It still could be the situation. It still can be. But I'm telling you, I watched the game. And Jacksonville is much better than what you might think, ladies and gentlemen. Am I afraid? No, I'm not. I still think, and we'll talk about it on the show. We'll let you know who we think will win. But I will say that, Jacksonville's got a young defense. They got a lot of young guys out there flying around the field, not scared of anything. And them guys are committed to Jacksonville. Josh Allen, the linebacker, stated, like, hey, Duval, we here. We ain't going nowhere. This is our team. We're building this. We're here. So, Titan fans and Jag fans who are watching, we're ready, but be prepared because Jacksonville's not going to be the cakewalk that we might think it is coming into the game, man.
To be honest with you, no team's going to be a cakewalk this year just because of the preparation aspect of it. I think only 2 teams have a legit shot to be dominant, which is the Chiefs and the Ravens, and it's still one of those things where they might not even be. They might have on and off games each game because remember, both teams played teams that were and I'm not knocking anything with it, but when you don't have preparation like a preseason to really prepare your body, get in game shape, you're going to have a lot of rust that's going to have to come off all these teams. So it's any team, not just the Titans, Jaguars, it's any team. Don't underestimate your opponent. That's all 32 teams. So it makes it kind of the NFL even playing field. Because look at what happened last week with the Broncos. We thought, and we kind of knew their defense is very underrated. And defense has been a top 10 defense for 5-6 years now?
Exactly, yes.
It's just the offense can't really keep up. And it's one of those things where I'm glad we won the game, but how we won the game, we should have kind of been more dominant. But I blame it on a couple of elements. But we're not here to talk about last week. We're here to talk about this week, baby, the Jags.
Yep. The previous Saxonville, right? Now they just back to Jacksonville or Waxonville, right? Whatever, right? But these young guys, They're hungry, and
Right.
they want to be recognized. They've done pretty well in the draft the past several years, but we're ready for them. We'll be ready.
Right.
We're ready for them.
Right.
We're ready for
Right.
them. We'll calm all
Right.
that noise down. We will. We will, man.
We will.
We
We
will,
will.
man. We will. So, Jacques, so speaking upon this game, man, so as we do, for those that are new to our show, man, during the season, man, look, we're going to break down the game as to what we think it is in the preview game or the pregame show. In the postgame, of course, we're going to break down how we either won or lost the game. So, that's the format that we like to use to give you all full insight as to what we look at as far as the game, and we individualize it based on who we play. So, Jacques, and as well, too, I want to just make mention, we are aware of all the teams in the NFL. We're just not say we just know about the Titans. We know about all these teams. So,
Yep.
We're pretty informed of what's going on, man. So Jacques, speaking of the Jacksonville Jaguars, they're 1-0, we're 1-0. So, somebody's taking a loss after Sunday. So, give us a reason as to why you think the Tennessee Titans will actually win this football game.
So one reason I think the Tennessee Titans will win this football game is we know our opponent, okay? Last year we came in and it's kind of the same similar situation when we played the Jags early in the season and we lost. And something about Vrabel and John Robinson is they don't make the same mistake twice, okay? We see what happened last week. We lost to the Broncos last year. Well, what did we ended up doing? We ended up coming out and winning. Same thing with Jacksonville. I believe preparation is the key, and we've added components on the defensive line.
Yes.
We have added some big pieces that we didn't have last year on the defensive line. Now, you have Jadeveon Clowney, who is not in game shape yet, but he put pressure on he had a lot of pressures on the quarterback last week. So, Drew Lock. So, that's something to be encouraged about. Also, Jeffrey Simmons played like an animal.
Man.
Then we have Vic Beasley, looks like he was a full participant in practice, so he's going to get in the mix. So something that's going to happen is, and I'm not saying the Jacksonville Jaguars line is the best, but they're going to have to contend with some high talented people on their defensive line. And when it comes down to it, they're going to get pressure on Gardner. And once they get pressure on Gardner Minshew, hey, he's throwing off his back foot. That's picks and interceptions. So to me, I feel like defensively, they can have a big game. Yes, Jaguars have their receivers and everything, but I think defensively, that defensive line with the addition of adding Vic Beasley practicing and being a full participant, that gives us a huge advantage because now, like I said, I don't know how you're going to do it. I don't know how you're going to have Jadeveon Clowney, Vic Beasley, Jeffrey Simmons, Kalama Correa, Daquan Jones, Harold Landry. I don't know how you're going to have all these people, these cats on the field at the same time. It's going to be ridiculous. But you can make it work, but I'm telling you, it's going to be – we can probably get about 5-6 sacks because, like I said, I don't know too much about Jacksonville's offensive line, but, I mean, we just don't know. So that is, to me, one reason I feel like we can win the game is our defensive line. With the addition of Vic Beasley, hey, come on. So what about you, Hawk?
So there are common phrases in the world, right? I mean, a broken clock works twice a day, right? Every day, every single day. You know what else is a common phrase, Jacques, man? Derrick Henry scoring touchdowns against the Jacksonville Jaguars, right? That's a common phrase in life. Derrick owns the Jags. Derrick Henry, who's from Yulee, Florida, right outside of Jacksonville, his hometown. For some reason, man, when he comes to Jacksonville, man, he just gets his hands ready, man. He gets moving, man. And so, that's been the recipe every year for the Jags when we have played them since Derrick Henry's been with the Titans. I think, again, for us to win, Derrick Henry is going to have to play a big game, which I feel that he will. I don't think that Jacksonville defensively, they don't think they have enough up front to stop Derrick Henry. Their linebackers are going to have to make a lot of tackles. Even last week, I mean, their DBs, Miles Jack had the most tackles. He had 11 tackles. But the DBs were next in line. The next three tacklers that led them in tackles were DBs. So that lets me know that, hey, you can run through them. Even Jonathan's I keep forgetting his name for the Colts. The rookie.
Taylor?
Yes, Taylor. Yes, Jonathan Taylor, Marlon Mack, Nyheim Hines had a pretty good game against the Jags. So you look at that and like, oh, that's Derrick Henry over here. That's Nyheim Hines over here. He's 5'8", 150 pounds, 180 pounds at best. That's Derrick Henry right here. So I think Derrick Henry will run amok against the Jacksonville Jaguars. If he does well, because here's the thing. A.J. Brown's probably not going to play, right?
Nope.
A.J. Brown is dealing with a knee injury. And so that's one less receiver that we have, right? And so in saying that, a lot of pressure is going to be put on them. So they're going to try to stack the box like Denver did, but they don't have the beef up front like the Denver Broncos. So I think, again, I hate to keep carbon copying every year. So what he does, Derrick Henry is going to be the reason why we win this football game. He'll get 100. He'll get over 100 yards. He gets that. Right. The Tennessee Titans are 14-0 when Derrick Henry runs over 100 yards. Keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen.
That's crazy.
And what was my motto last year, man? If he rushed for 140 yards per game, we're going to win the Super Bowl. And the one game he didn't against the Chiefs, we didn't win.
It was the Chiefs, right? Hey,
Chiefs.
Patch, no paper.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So yep.
We know you gave us reasons why we could win.
Yes.
Give us reasons why we could lose. Give me one reason.
19 for 20 in any statistical category is unbelievable, right? 20 times you do something and you get it right 19 times, I'm going to put my money on you. That's Gardner Minshew. That's what he did against the Indianapolis Colts, who I still feel don't have a good pass defense. We've been saying that. But yet and still, we'll put that to the side. It's not about the Colts. But Gardner Minshew was 19 for 20. He broke a record, ladies and gentlemen, as far as completion percentage for week 1, right? There was no rust with Gardner Minshew. Gardner Minshew was throwing it all over the field and didn't miss a lot of plays at all. He didn't have a lot of deep passes because he only had 173 yards of passing. He did have 3 touchdowns. I mean, let's look at that too. And the one throw he had to DJ Shark was so pretty. But don't underestimate Gardner Minshew, who, ladies and gentlemen, when he was growing up, he was a big Tennessee Titans fan. That was his favorite team. He's from Mississippi, kind of close to Memphis. So don't underestimate Gardner Minshew. He's beat us before. He can beat us again if we're not careful, okay? Gardner Minshew is sneaky good. He's what Baker Mayfield was supposed to be, right? They kind of favor. But one is the first pick of the draft. One is a 6th-round pick. Gardner Minshew, and Jacques knows this. Hey, I'm a fan of Gardner as far as him as a player. I'm like, man, Gardner's a pretty good ball player, the games that I've seen him play. So don't underestimate number 15. He's throwing the football out there, ladies and gentlemen, and our DBs better be ready, man. So what about for you, sir?
Don't underestimate your opponent. Even though it is Jacksonville, don't go in here lackadaisical. Yes, what concerns me is we have injuries. A.J. Brown's not playing. Adorie's not playing. So that's something where you can come in here and you can kind of get lax because you know it's Jacksonville and Henry has big games against Jacksonville, but we know what happened last year. We went in there lackadaisical, even though we had Mariota at the helm. Now, I can't say that. We did have Mariota at the helm. But don't underestimate your opponent. And the Titans tend to do this a lot. We underestimate our opponents.
No paper!
Especially when it's teams that we're supposed to beat. So that's something that concerns me. When you come in here, you're not well prepared, then Gardner Minshew can sneak up on you. DJ Shark can sneak up on you. Laviska Shenault can sneak up on you. So just be mindful of those different things. Not saying that, hey, we can't beat them. We're just being, weary. Now, like I said, the first time we played them last year, they beat us. They gave us a whooping. The second time we played them, that was our child, and we spanked our child with that belt. And Gardner Minshew didn't have a good game, okay? So that's something when I just said iterated early. We don't make the same mistake twice. Don't make that same mistake again, Titans. Go in there focus. So that's my reason. One reason we can lose is if you underestimate your player, your opponent, that's what happens.
Agreed, sir. Agreed, Jacques. Wow. Yes. So looking at the Jags, looking at their roster, looking at what you saw week 1, who do you feel who could cause us a problem that plays for the Jacksonville Jaguars?
DJ Shark. I mean, literally, he gave us hell last year. Okay, he went off last week against the Colts. That's something. Even though, like you said, Gardner Minshew didn't have a big game. I think I want to say who was that lead receiver? Was it
Keenan Cole?
Okay, see,
he only had 47 yards though, too. Right?
And that's my thing. Here's my thing. Shark is sneaky good. He can get in the backfield. I mean, you look at his when Gardner throws him the deep ball, he tends to catch it, and I think that's how he beat us last year like that. So. Right. For me, it's DJ Shark. He's one of those players that he's not going to get you 100 yards a game, but when it's time to show up big, he shows up big.
Yes.
And it's one of those things, okay, hey, and with our DBs and our secondary, especially our corners being banged up, you have to scheme it where, hey, they don't have really good receivers. And that's something that you can take away from and be like, hey, we got to keep a man over top. But with Adoree out, And Butler, I think, is that dealing with an injury too. That concerns me. That means the rookies have to step up. Chris Jackson, Fulton is going to be out there. You got Joseph out there. So Shark, he scares me. He can have a big game. What about you?
So, yeah, I really want to say Miles Jack, because Miles Jack had a heck of a game against the Colts. Probably had the best game of everyone besides Gardner Minshew. I want to say Gardner Minshew as well, but I've already spoke as to.
It's obvious.
Yeah, exactly, right. But what might not be as obvious for Titan fans is their second-round pick, Laviska Shenault. Jacques, you were high on him in the draft, dude.
I was.
You were.
I was.
You were.
I wanted him.
Exactly.
I wanted him.
Yes. So, a lot of times, man, you can walk down the street, you might see somebody that looks like you or has that same physical attribute. You look at Laviska Shenault, you're looking at A.J. Brown, right? As far as the physical. Yes, sir. As far as the physical piece, they're about the same size. They do about the same things. I still say A.J. Brown's better, but I would say that Laviska Shenault is in that same mold. About a 6-foot receiver, about 225. I mean, he's a big dude. He's like a running back at receiver, right? And so, that's one thing we have to be careful. He wears number 10, for those who might not know. Keep your eye on Laviska Shenault. He's a second-round pick. I think he only had 3 catches last week, but he did have a touchdown. He's a rookie. And so, I really feel that we'll stop Derek Robinson, the running back that they had. Yes, I think we'll stop him. So I don't think their running game is going to James Robinson. I don't think their running game will be a problem, and I think we'll stop that. But, Gardner Minshew is going to throw the football. And I think we're going to cover Shark pretty well. He can still get open and get some receptions, but we might forget about Shenault because he's a rookie. Ain't worried about dude, right? So be careful. Be very careful.
Hey, and man, piggyback off what you said, man, coming out of Colorado, dude was a beast. And I think that's what attracted me to the Titans drafted. I mean, we could have got him in the second, third.
Could have.
Hell, I mean, literally, like, his play style, even though it is like A.J. Brown's, but that was an added weapon. It's like, okay, you got Laviska Shenault, bro. You about to get it off. You about to go. It was a bunch of receivers in that draft that you were on it. You said first round pick, I want a receiver.
Yep.
If I could, and I was with you. If we couldn't get him in the first round, second round, we got receivers out there. So he was one of my targets, man.
Yes.
So
yes,
we got the game coming up. So give me a player of the game, and we did this when we did our watch party. Shout out to everybody that was on the watch party. It was awesome. Had fun. But for this game coming up against the Jags, who do you see being the player of the game for the Titans?
So I got to say Derrick Henry, man. Okay. I'm not trying to make it so obvious, bro, but I'm just being honest. I really think that Derrick Henry is going to have a great game this game. I think he will be the player of the game. You have to account for our running offense. I still feel that our offensive line, was kind of a struggle last week against Denver's defense. But, again, we did enough to get Derrick Henry over 100 yards rushing against a top-5 defense. Does Jacksonville have that same type of defense? No. Right. So I do think the Yulee, Florida product, if you ever watched Derrick Henry highlight tapes when he was in high school, they're unbelievable. His high school stats are unreal. And so I think he's going to do the same thing. He's going to feel like I'm back home in Yulee, Florida. I'm about to run over all these defenders out here against Jacksonville. I'm going to do my thing. So 22 will have a big game. Here's my concern. Last week, Derrick Henry ran the ball 31 times. 31 times. So let's scale that down, ladies and gentlemen. I do not want to run him to the ground. And I've always said that. 22 carries is great. Hopefully Darrington Evans, I saw the injury report. Looks like he might be playing this game. So I'm hoping we can throw the mix in there. If not, then they're going to know when he's in the game, they're going to run. And when Jeremy McNichols is in the game, they're going to pass. So hopefully we can get somebody in there that can, they can run the ball. And I don't want to run Derrick Henry to the ground. I really don't, man. It ain't worth doing that, man, because we want to keep him for the long haul. So 22, the King Henry, player of the game. What about for you, sir?
Also, before I get started, Calais Campbell ain't there no more, too. So that middle's wide open.
Yes, sir.
You're saying.
Yes, sir.
For me,
I'm going on no paper on that one, bro.
I'm going on the defense side of the ball. I'm going Jeffrey Simmons.
Okay.
Like Jeffrey Simmons, Big Jeff is going to have a big game. Denver's offensive line was but I feel like against the Jaguars, I don't feel like the Jaguars have a strong offensive line. And the way Big Jeff played, I mean, this man is playing lights out, man.
The plays that Grind Simmons made on Monday night. Not all plays are the same. Some are 4th down at the 1, 4th and goal. Right here, he lays in to Cushenberry, the rookie center, like it's an SEC matchup. Here comes Jake Butt on the shovel pass. He takes on the interference and Jake Butt, and he keeps them out of the end zone single-handedly. Just a complete beast inside, and quickly becoming one of the most feared interior defensive linemen in this league. And it showed up play after play on Monday.
It is ridiculous how Big Jeff is starting to turn into almost Jarrell Casey 2.0, but stronger, right?
Yes,
he's
yes,
making
yes,
plays.
yes.
And they don't have a run game. So look for him to stop the run and look for him to get a couple of sacks too. I mean, this defensive line is about to eat, dog. They are about to eat with this game, literally. And it's one of those things with Jeff in the middle, he can create that disruption to where it can throw off Gardner Minshew or he can stop the run. I mean, if the run game goes off this week, I'm gonna be surprised, literally. Because it's not like it's Melvin Gordon. This is what's his name? Robinson?
James Robinson.
James Robinson. Oh, okay. So yeah, like I think he only had like 47 yards?
Something like that rushing, yep.
Yeah, he only had 47 yards. So this should be a one-dimensional game. So for me, it's Jeffrey Simmons.
Right. Agreed, sir. And to piggyback on that, I totally agree because on the outside with Jacksonville on their linemen, that's their strength. Cam Robinson, Jawan Taylor, those are the guys on the outside that's really good. The interior part of their offensive line, I think Norwell that I remember, and some other guys. I'm trying to think of Lindale or something like that. The interior is their problem. Mm-hmm. The outside is where they're strong. So so Jeffrey Simmons will eat. He will eat. He's gonna eat, man. He's gonna eat.
And look for some more turnovers too. I mean, that's something I'm liking our defense is doing is creating turnovers. Yeah. And with us creating turnovers and opportunity gives our offense opportunities to score touchdowns. So that's why I'm saying like this should be a one-dimensional game. If you get Gardner Minshew throwing 30, 40 times, somebody's going to eat. Somebody's going to eat.
Yes, sir.
And it's not like I said, with the Denver Broncos, they were more balanced. They had a run game and it can pass a little bit. But with this game, nah, bro.
Yeah, man. Yes, sir. So, Jacques, final question for you, good sir.
Okay. Oh, you thought we were the freshman. Okay.
So, who's going to win this football game, and what would be the score of the game, bro? What's your prediction?
So, I'm going to say the Titans. I'm going to say the Titans. I'm going with the Titans, and I'm not being biased. I'm just going off of – and I'll give you the score in a minute. I'm just going off of what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a mature team that's going against a team that is rebuilding. Like I said, we don't know if the Colts defense is that bad, or we don't know if the Jacksonville's offense is that good.
Facts! No paper! Yes!
We really don't know. Literally, it's like, okay – it's like, is it a disguise? Is it a joke? What do we have? So it almost makes me question both teams. It's like, okay, the Colts, I'm kind of surprised at y'all. What happened? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Jacksonville, I'm surprised at y'all. What happened? So for me, I'm looking at the Titans, and if I'm going to go to score, first of all, I'm going to say Steven Gostkowski is going to redeem himself. I will say that. I'm going to say, because this is a Derrick Henry game, he goes off. Man, I'm looking at 30 to 16.
Ooh.
Yeah,
wow.
And the only reason is because we know how Derrick Henry eats when he comes to – I mean, this joker had 4 touchdowns. One when we played them, that 99 yards. And last year, he had 2 or 3 touchdowns. So, what about you, Hawk?
So, the Jags scored 27 points against the Indianapolis Colts defense. Their defense, we got who they got now? DeForest Buckner and Darius Leonard and blah, blah, blah. Okay, fine. Okay, but they still scored 27 points against the Colts. Mm-hmm. So that lets me know that the Jags were very efficient in getting some points. So I will give them some room to score some points. But the Tennessee Titans don't allow a lot of points, ladies and gentlemen. We bend and we don't break. We just be like this and we never break. Yep. So for me, I'm going to say 24-14, Tennessee. Tennessee, tighten up. Nice. We here. Nice. Yes, sir.
I know. And to piggyback off of that, man, like literally, yeah, people are going to be nervous this game. But remember, people, I said early in the show, John Robinson and Vrabel don't make the same mistake twice.
Yeah.
And how we it was a train wreck, but we were supposed to win that game last week by 24, 27 points maybe. I mean, we left points on the field.
We did, man.
And if we lose this game, it's because we beat ourselves. It's not nothing that they're better than us and anything like that. Because I guarantee you, if the Jaguars play the Ravens are gonna dog walk. They play the Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs are going to dog walk them.
Yes, sir.
So we should be in that category where, hey, we're going to dog walk you, and we're going to make you our baby, okay?
Yes, sir.
Rock the baby.
Absolutely, man. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is the show, folks. Thanks again for everybody watching the show as well, man. We're having so much fun doing this, man. I'm having a ball. And again, this is just week 2. And again, we're going to bring this every week. So just be prepared. If you want to know a lot about the game before the game starts, subscribe to our channel. We will give you everything that we know. And I'm telling you, if you watch some of our older videos, and you will see where we have predicted pretty much at about an 80% clip, man. For real. The things that we've said happen. So again, thank you again. You know, if you want to get in contact with us, you can email us at TennesseeTitansWeekly@gmail.com, as well on Twitter at TitansWeekly247, and for Instagram at Tennessee Titans Weekly.
And also, go back to your point, what you just said, Hawk. People, go back and watch the Ravens game. Me and Hawk were the only 2 people that had hope that we were going to beat the Ravens. Yep. So we know what we're talking about.
We know what we're talking about, right.
Definitely. But like I say always, man, remember to turn your notification bells on. It's that little bell at the bottom. That way you know when we post our videos, you know when we have news, you know when we're going live. So remember, people, notification bells. Also, like I said, share the video. Share it to your auntie, your uncle, your grandmama, your cousin, your dog, your cat, your fish. I got fish, man. I got saltwater fish. They watch the videos too.
Yes.
So just watch it. But man, like you said, man, I'm having fun. I'm having a ball. The season is here. We're about to have a good season. I feel it. And so, man, we got some people. So tighten up, baby. Let's go.
Tighten up, ladies and gentlemen. All right, y'all. Well, we will see y'all after the game on Sunday for our post game. Keep in tune. We'll give you the content that you need, man. So definitely. We'll holler at you. Tighten up, baby.
Tighten up.
Yes, sir.
All right, now.
All right.